What is happening, good people of YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're back here, Farming Simulator 25. This is our Rags to Riches series. I believe it's episode number 35. And in the last episode, we did a couple of grass contracts to end the episode, and we ended up purchasing a brand new sheep pen full of sheep, 68 more sheep, which is going to help us keep that wool production at a maximum so that we can stuff all of it into the spinnery and get that fabric rolling. And we are on our way. It's one step closer to getting the Tailor Shop, which is the main goal in this series. And right now it's the end of the first day of May. It's 5:20 in the afternoon, and it is time to sleep into the second day of May. Yes, a good night's sleep. That's what all the farmers need. All right, here we are, second day of May, and it looks just like the first day of May. Bright and sunny. It's a beautiful day outside. A little bit overcast skies, but that is fine. As you can see, we do have some more lettuce that has spawned at our greenhouses, and we have a couple of things to check on. First things first, we're checking on the goats. They have enough grass. Here is one of our sheep barns, and they have enough grass. Going to another sheep barn, there's enough grass there, and there is our newest sheep barn with enough grass as well. So it looks like all of our sheep have grass and nothing to be concerned about there. As for our greenhouses, everybody's got water. The sawmill is pretty much full. Could use a tree or two, so we might do a contract to get some more wood in there. And there's our spinnery, 3,997 liters of wool in there, and it is producing fabric. And right there you can see the status is running. 1,440 cycles a month. Eventually I would like to get into cotton just to get more product into the spinnery, but we really don't have the resources for that right now. Speaking of resources, $90,000 in the bank, and as of next month we're going to need that money to buy a harvester. So we are looking to make at least $10,000 in this episode, and I think we can do that just by selling our lettuce. Goat milk is at an all-time low, so we're going to let our goat milk sit for another couple months so that we can maximize our profit there. And lettuce is on the decline. We can only get about $3,000 for each pallet. So it would make sense to sell the lettuce right now. Any lettuce that we have, we're going to have to sell. And we're going to have to check our lower farm to see if there's any wood, see if there's any wool. We're going to take all of our wool to the spinnery. So let's jump in our Kubota RTV. Let's head down to the lower farm, and let's just see what's doing down there. We'll get a progress report. Here are our sheep. I mean, they're doing great. We've got 2 pallets of wool over here that we can send up. We've got a couple pallets of lettuce there. We have another pallet of wool over here. So that's 3 pallets of wool. And taking a look through the morning haze, we do have what looks to be a pallet of lettuce over here at our medium greenhouse, nothing at the small greenhouse. And there is 1 pallet of wood, regular wood planks, which is pretty cool. We only have 2 pallets of goat milk, and that's fine. The goats are producing milk at a little slower rate because it is a small goat pen. At some point we might end up just selling all those goats and making that more of a grass field. We can get goats at some other point, but goats not really making a whole lot of money for us, which is fine. In the last episode we also fertilized all of our grass fields. So there really isn't much to do down here except collect the lettuce. And we really don't want to spend any money on this second day of May because we really do have to buy a harvester. And speaking of a harvester, let's check the used vehicle section. And we have a top lifting harvester for vegetables. We have a slurry tanker, and we have a planter. Of course, it's a rice planter. This one only has 10 months of use. It's $14,063. I mean, honestly, it's the same planter that we currently have. Now, if we take a look at our rice planter here, $20,330. I bet you we could get more money for it if we sold it directly in town. So perhaps we should get rid of this rice planter and we should buy the used one and make a couple bucks on it. I mean, we're not using the rice planter a whole lot anyway, so buying a used one with 10 months of use, it's really not gonna do us that much of a different, I mean, it's not gonna act that differently. I mean, here's our rice planter right here. I don't know what the degrading is on it, but I mean, honestly, I think it's worth it. All right, well, let's hop in the old rice planter and let's drive it over to the shop. Doesn't really need to be repaired, so I don't know what happens to the rice saplings that are in it. It's got 22% full of rice saplings, but honestly, I don't think we should let that sway us, or I don't know what the word is. It shouldn't influence our decision on whether to get it sold. I can't really see it in that section. It's not really in the area here. So I tell you what we're going to do. Let's drive this thing down to the shop and let's get this thing sold. I mean, 90 some thousand. Oh my God! I'm trying to read the numbers. I'm not paying attention where I'm going. I'm crashing into the Kubota. But yeah, I mean, look, we're going to lose some rice saplings. We'll probably lose some fertilizer. Perhaps the used vehicle price will calculate all that in there. So we'll take this down to the shop. We're going to fix it up if it needs fixing, and then we're going to sell it. And we'll take that money and we'll purchase the used version of it. It'll probably save us, I don't know, about $6,000, which at this point, when we have to buy a harvester, man, we really could use all the money that we can get our hands on. We're taking a look at the crop calendar. We're not going to need the harvester until July, so we do have one more month to save up that money. But I still feel like it makes sense to sell that rice planter and get a used one. I mean, $6,000. Coming up to the shop down here, we're going to see if this thing needs to be painted. I don't think it's going to. It's only $3 to repair it, and it does need to be painted. $1,323. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Looks like this lady is interested in buying our rice planter. Go ahead and take a look at it, and we'll sell it to you. $23,820, and that's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and sell it. Bam, there we go. The vehicle has been sold. Now let's hop into the used vehicle section and let's go ahead and buy this one for $14,063. Total profit there around $9,000. All right, let's run over and hop into the used planter that we just bought. We'll take it over to the shop. We'll see how much it needs to be repaired, and we'll just subtract that to the amount of profit. Doesn't look too bad. It's only got 10 months worth of use on it. Let's see how bad the repair cost is. All right, $459, not bad. There we go. Let's go ahead and repair it. We're not going to paint it. Nobody cares how it looks. And the one thing we are going to do, let's take it over and fill it up with fertilizer. Eventually, we are going to need some fertilizer in our fertilizer spreader, and I don't see anything here, so let's just buy one bag. $1,920. Let's go ahead and purchase it. And there it is. Let's drive over here. We'll take some of this out. And there we go. 250 liters. All right, let's take this thing back to the farm. We're gonna park it where it was. And it looks like, we just had a nice profit there. I mean, we had to buy fertilizer anyway, but about an $8,000, $9,000 profit just by switching out our rice planter with this used one. Back at the farm here, let's go ahead and park this planter right where it was on the side of the greenhouse. We'll go ahead and shut it off. And now, let's go grab our wool. Yep, hopping into the John Deere. Let's get that trailer hooked up and let's go take our wool to the spinnery. We'll check on the spinnery, see if there's any more fabric that's popped out. If so, we'll take it to the playground along with the pallet of wood beams that we have down on the lower farm. All right, I'm just going to park this thing right here. Lower that flap down. And let's go get the wool from these sheep. Load it up into our little trailer. Alright, well, we don't have any full pallets of wool over here with these two sheep pens, so we're just going to keep on driving to the spinnery to drop this wool off. Once we drop the wool off, we're going to come back. We'll check this rice field, see if it needs to be flooded again, which I'm pretty sure it does, but we'll double check on that. We will scoop up our lettuce, and we're going to sell that to the farmer's market. Depending on how many pallets we have, we could be upwards of $10,000 to $12,000 there in lettuce. And look, there is a pallet of fabric. That is perfect. Let's go ahead and drop this stuff off. Bam, there we go. Now let's pick up our pallet of fabric. We'll take that down to the sawmill because we're gonna have to run this over to the playground. Tell you what, while we're driving past the rice field, let's just hop out and check on it. I think it does have some water in it. We'll double check. Yeah, 66% water level, so we can't really do anything with it. Probably next month we'll have to flood it again. Rice harvesting season also is in August. So, oh gosh, you know what? I just remembered we're gonna need to buy a rice harvester. Oh crap. Oh, we really need to make some money. I'm not sure how much the rice harvester is, but I think it might be somewhere upwards of $90,000 as well. Shoot. We are going to need another $90,000 in the next month and a half in order to buy both of those pieces of equipment. I didn't even think about that. Well, hopefully by then we'll have our grass ready to harvest. Here we are coming up into the playground. What a happy place it is. I mean, there's kids playing off on the little pieces of equipment. I don't see any right now, but they're there. All right, let's go and sell those. Whoop. $22,849. That is so cool. Bank account now up to $119. We have one more month to make about $80,000 more. Then we can afford both of the harvesters. And I really, gosh, I feel like an idiot because I completely forgot that we're going to need a rice harvester. Well, take a look at the rice harvester, $95,000. No way around that unless we find one in the used vehicle section, but I really don't think that's going to happen. Coming back to the farm, let's go ahead and pick up this lettuce here while we're thinking about it. Might as well put the lettuce on. And honestly, if we're in a pinch and we have to make some money, we can sell these two greenhouses down here, and I might want to do that anyway because they're just kind of disjointed from the rest of the farm. Now, I know we needed them at first, but now they're just kind of annoying. I'd like to try and keep all of our greenhouses up on the main farm, if we can. All right, there's one on there. All right, strapped in. Let's go ahead and pick up the other lettuce on the way. Now this lettuce, this greenhouse that we're coming up to, I don't mind that one over there as much. I feel like we are going to be putting some more greenhouses in this field. We'll probably put one over in that back corner just to have it sitting there. Well, 3 lettuce pallets on there. Let's go pick up the other ones that are up at this farm, and then we'll sell them. That's at least $10,000 right there, if they're going for about $3,000 per pallet. Oh, also, the other thing I forgot, we do have an auger wagon up here, a forage wagon, that we have to sell next month. So that's going to get us like, a few bucks. I think we're into that thing for about $52,000, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. I don't know. All right, so we got 4 pallets sitting up here. That's another $12,000. All right, should be a pretty good chunk of change here, and this is just for one day of the month. I mean, this lettuce really is making us a crap ton of money. $20,000. Jeez, a whiz. I mean, that's really, really good. Lettuce is just, it's undeniably one of the best ways to make money here in Farming Simulator. All right, let's go ahead and drop our trailer right here. And geez, wow, we did our wool. We did our lettuce. The only thing that we have to do is check on some contracts. Well, we do have a dead wood contract. We really don't need to put any wood in the sawmill right now. We've got some fertilizing contracts here, though. I'm not really sure that I want to spend the money. I mean, I'm going to have to spend another $4,000 just to fill up our fertilizer spreader. It is going to make itself back in just this one contract, though. This one's really tiny, although it's pretty close to the farm. So is this one. This one is, gosh, it's by the store. We got a stone picking and wood transport. I've been thinking about buying a stone picker. Honestly, these jobs are always there, and they're usually $2,000 to $3,000 each. I mean, this thing's $56,000, so we would have to do, gosh, what's that? We'd have to do about 25 contracts for this thing to be paid for. But you can take the stones and you can do so much with them. You can turn them into concrete or gravel. I don't know. There's just so much to do with the stones. So, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where, you think about it, it's probably, I mean, it has the potential to be pretty lucrative if you have the money to buy the little concrete plant or whatever it is, the debris crusher, like all that kind of stuff. These things can be profitable, but not right now. All right, hopping back in the Deutz Fahr. We got to remember where our fertilizer spreader is. I think it's down on the lower farm. Oh, that's right. We put it over on our lower field with the sheep. See? And you know what? I even said when we dropped it off there that I was going to forget where it was. And sure as shit, I did. I'll tell you what. I mean, thank God here in Farming Simulator we have some of those tools. And thank God I'm not a real farmer, because I would be losing crap all the time. All right, this thing's completely out of fertilizer. We're going to have to go down to the store. We have one bag that we just bought. We're going to need 2 more bags. It's going to be about $4,000 total. And one of the jobs will pay for it. So let's go fill up this thing with fertilizer. We'll go do those fertilizing contracts. It shouldn't take us that long. We should be able to rip right through those. after that, there really isn't much left to do in this second day of May. I mean, it's a pretty uneventful day here. Can't really buy anything. Don't want to spend a whole lot of money. I mean, we've sold everything that we can sell. So I think after we do this, there's only one thing left to do for this day, and that's to sleep. All right, let's go and fill up this thing with this bag of fertilizer. All right, we're gonna buy 2 more. That should basically fill up this thing. All right, here they are right down here. And there's 1, there's 2. Let's get our map going and let's accept these contracts. All right, field number 8, that's where we're headed first. I believe we can just come down here to this road, make a right, go across the bridge. It should be somewhere down here. Oh God, oh God, oh God, come on, flip back over. There we go, wow. I mean, that's a stunt driver right there. We just pulled right out in front of that car. Hopefully they're okay. We're not gonna stick around to find out. Oh, there they go. Okay, oh, nope, they're flipping us off. They just drove up next to us to flip us off. That's fine, we deserve it. But thank God they're okay. That's really what matters here. All right, we got our GPS lines going on. Let's go ahead and back the camera out. We're gonna start this fertilizer sprayer. There we go. Let's get to spraying. All right, fertilizing contracts are complete. Let's collect all this money here. And current bank account now $144,000. We are only $51,000 away from having enough money to buy both harvesters, and I think we can make $51,000 next month. God, I hope we can make $50,000 next month. We are just going to have to be tight about our money, and hopefully we get some more lettuce that spawns. I mean, the prices of everything is going down, but we do have some stuff we can sell. So let's go ahead and sleep, and we're gonna get into the month of June. All right, here we go, June the 1st. It is not officially summer yet, but it's getting there, and look at that, bright sunny sky. What a beautiful morning, 7:30 a.m. Tell you what, this grass is getting pretty tall. We might have to run our mower over our own grass. Perhaps we can collect the grass that's right here. We could bale it up and give it to some of our sheep. Take a look at this, a brand new month. We got 2, we got 4, we got 6 pallets of lettuce. I mean, that should be about, I don't know, $17,000, $18,000 right there. We have got an auger forage wagon, whatever the hell that is. We're gonna sell that. Probably got a couple pallets of lettuce down at the other farm. We got some wool we're gonna take to the spinnery, I'm sure. Hopefully there's another pallet of fabric at the spinnery. A lot of exciting stuff here in the month of June, but first things first, let's hop in this Deutz Fahr and let's go sell this wagon and make some money. Now we're into it for about $52,000. We still have to paint it, which is probably only gonna be a couple thousand. And we'll see what we can sell it for. I'm assuming the profit on it's going to be about $6,000. Usually it is about 10% of what the final cost is. There we go. We are now hooked up and ready to go. Now let's go make some money here. Now, of course, we'll need to check the prices on everything as we do in every new month. We have to check the used vehicle section, and we will check the used vehicle section right when we get down to the shop In case there's something that we want to purchase, we can bring it back. But honestly, I don't think there's anything that we are going to purchase. Oh, look at that. Almost 2 pallets of wool right there. And like I was saying, I don't think there's anything that we are going to be purchasing because we need to save our money. We need those harvesters, and we need them this month. Well, taking a look at the used vehicle sale, there is a harvester for olives and grapes, which we're not going to get into here. And there's also a slurry distributor. This thing's pretty cool looking, honestly. I mean, you attach this to the back of a tractor and spread your slurry all around. And a fair question, is it me or does slurry sound like some really delicious frozen drink? I mean, I'm just saying. All right, pulling into the shop here. Let's hop out and let's see what we're working with. Oh wow, to paint this thing, $15,468. Jeez, a whiz. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Bam, there we go. So I think we're into this thing now for about 67,000, I think. I can't remember, but let's go ahead and sell it. Yeah, 73,000. That's about right. We made about $6,000-$7,000 on it. It's usually 10% of this price, so we made about $7,000 on it. So still worth it to do. Let's go ahead and sell it. All right, there we go. Bank account now $201,000, and well, I tell you what, that is just the money that we are going to need to buy those 2 harvesters. So not going to be spending any money in the month of June unless we come across a small fortune. Let's head on back to the farm. We're going to check to see if there's any wood. And we got to check on our prices, like lettuce and stuff. Hopefully there's some contracts to do. I mean, we're in that part of the year where people should want like some cultivating done, I think. So I'd really like to get some of those contracts. I mean, we have 2 cultivators sitting on the farm with these 2 tractors. It'd be really nice to take on multiple cultivating contracts and earn some money. Speaking of contracts, there's nothing. Good Lord. I mean, these people in Riverbend Springs have forgotten all about us. They do not want to hire us. And, I mean, that's fine. Look, we don't want to be a slave to contracts this whole series. But it would be nice to get a couple of them. All right, driving around the lower farm, we've got 1 pallet of lettuce sitting over there. No wood. We still have goat milk. We've got another pallet of lettuce there. That's 2 pallets there. We have got some wool that we have to take to the spinnery. And I'm assuming we're going to have a couple pallets of lettuce over here at this greenhouse. We always do. Yep, taking a look there, we've got 2 pallets there. So that's 4 on the lower farm and 6 up top. All right, there's 2 full pallets of wool there. So still some work to do here in June. And if we have 10 pallets of lettuce, I mean, geez, if they're going for $3,000, that's $30,000 in lettuce. That is pretty cool. Yeah, lettuce on a steady decline, so it's probably best to sell it. Goat milk still at the bottom, a couple more months before it takes a tick upwards. So we're gonna let that sit. Fabric's dipping too, so if there's any fabric over at the spinnery, we probably should sell that. Yeah, taking a look at the crop calendar, got really nothing going on here. Our oat is going to be able to be harvested next month. And honestly, oops, okay, so rice is in August. So we have 2 more months before we have to buy that rice harvester. We have 1 more month before we have to buy the oat harvester. So, okay, I thought they were both next month, but they are staggered a minute, so that's pretty good. Taking a look at our animals, looks like everybody's got some grass. We are running low in this one, and maybe we'll cut the grass that we have on the edges of our upper farm and maybe get a couple bales out of it. We can feed our little sheep. All right, I tagged the one that's low on grass, and it looks like it's that one down there. So that's good. All right, a little bit of work to do here. Let's hop into John Deere. Let's try not to ruin our little trailer here. Let's go ahead and open that flap. We're going to need it open. Let's collect our wool. We'll take our wool to the spinnery And boy, wouldn't it be nice to find out that we have some fabric up there that we can sell. All right, we delivered our wool. Now let's check on this rice field. Looks like it's 0%. We're gonna have to flood it again. And there we go, flooding the field. I'm assuming we have to do that every month. So there we go, rice field being flooded. And sorry, we're holding up this white car here. That's fine. What are they gonna do, sue us? It's not gonna work. All right, next item on the to-do list, selling the lettuce. Let's get it done. All right, I think we have a pretty easy decision to make, and that is buying a new trailer. I mean, we're gonna be getting more greenhouses. We're gonna have more lettuce being produced. And honestly, driving around with that little forklift, picking up the pallets, putting it in that little ass trailer, just, I think there's a way more efficient way to do it. And for only $6,500, we can buy this auto load trailer, which is gonna suck up all the lettuce. It's going to make it a little bit more efficient for us. We can set this up for general products, and we can even change the color. I mean, we can make this thing green. It'll match our tractor, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, we can have it green and yellow. It's going to match our John Deere tractor. It'll also match the Deutz Fahr. Let's actually make the green John Deere green. There we go. That's pretty cool. Yep, license plate, hashtag scribble 6,530 bucks. Let's go ahead and buy it. Yeah, honestly, I think that's a great purchase for us. We're gonna go down and pick it up, and you'll see how easy it is to use with our lettuce. It really, I mean, positioning is weird, but I've gotten the hang of it. I do have another series going on the channel, which is a start from scratch series, different than a rags to riches. In the start from scratch series, we started with no land, no equipment, but just money in the bank, and we sort of had to, start from scratch, just like the title of the series says. But in that series, I do have the auto load trailer, and it does work with lettuce. So I kind of figured out how to position it, and yeah, it should be easy for these greenhouses that we have on our farm. All right, there it is. It's the auto load trailer, and it does hold a lot. We don't have enough lettuce to fill this thing up, but it's really good to have just because ease of use. Rather than having to go pick up all the pallets with our little forklift, and it takes an hour to sell 10 pallets of lettuce. This thing is way more efficient. All right, let's see if we can't test this thing out. I mean, it should just work when we drive up next to this lettuce. There we go. Oh, look at that. And sometimes you have to drive up to it again, hit the button again, but it's definitely a little bit easier than using our pallet fork. So this is going to be the new way that we suck up this lettuce. I think it's going to work for wool as well. There we go. Perfect. And right there, 2,000 liters of lettuce. All right, speaking of this greenhouse, gosh, it's really annoying. It's $4,181. We're gonna sell it. I don't like it, and it's gone. Now we gotta think about this guy right here. Now look, the land is uneven. I feel like at some point we could probably even that out a little bit, but I'm not really worried about that right now. This greenhouse too, I'm not really Not really digging this. We could sell it for $8,391. It would give us $12,000. We could use that money and buy another large greenhouse. So our net money spent would probably be somewhere around $24,000. I think that might be worth it, given that we're going to make that much money selling our lettuce right now. So tell you what, $8,391. Let's go and sell this as well. And bam, now we have a nice open spot down here, and we can figure out what to do. I'm thinking putting another sawmill right here, or the other option is we could sell this sawmill, although I don't want to do it right now. We could sell this sawmill and move it, or put another one up on the main farm, and then we could kind of plow over this area and make it all grass. That way we'd just have one huge grass field here. But you know, I mean, we do have some options. So as of right now, those greenhouses gone. I didn't like them there anyway. Let's get back into it, and let's go collect the rest of our lettuce and sell it. All right, there we go. We've got 10,000 liters of lettuce. That's 10 pallets. And here comes the tricky part with this thing, is actually unloading it and getting, you know, you're not going to get one solid figure for money. It just does it in little pieces, which is annoying. Let's get the download zone, and I guess we try and get this thing in here. It's one thing I just can't remember how to unload this stuff. Oh, there we go. All right, you just press Y. Oh crap! No! I did not mean to do that. Let's put this lettuce back on the trailer. Okay. So you got to activate the download zone, which is this green box, and then we put the green box in this box, and then we unload. And it does 2,000 liters at a time. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it looks like we got $30,000 for our lettuce. Let's go ahead and take this trailer. We're going to go park it somewhere. Now I'm assuming this thing picks up wool as well, so that we can just put our wool on it the same way. We'll have to kind of figure that out as we go along. Let's try not to get stuck on this pole. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Let's just park this thing right here. Alright, we're not going to get rid of this little trailer because we do like it. Alright, well, we took a little break from recording, came back, and I did a lot of work around the farm, and I forgot to unpause the recording, so I didn't record anything that I had just done. And let me just explain it. We're going to do a quick recap of what just happened that I didn't record, and then you guys can roast me in the comments down below. We bought this cool little mower, and we thought to ourselves, okay, we can mow these little patches of grass that are hard to get to. And it was cute, and we rode around on our little mower a little bit, and it sucked. So it was really difficult and probably a waste of money, but it only cost us about $2,000, so that's fine. Then we decided to hop in our Deutz Fahr and grab our big mowers, and we ran around our entire property up here, and we went around the trees and the bushes and in between the fields. And the best part was, we went on this big hill over here, and I mean, we missed some spots. We were not having a good time. Look at this. We're missing spots all over the place, but we got the majority of the hill, and it was a pain in the ass. And then we grabbed our baler, and we went around and we sucked up all the grass that we did cut. And look at this. We're missing spots here. And we baled up the grass, and we got a lot of bales out of it, honestly. And we are going to use those bales to feed our goats. And that's it. I mean, the bales, they're going to go in the goat pens. And the excess bales we're going to store in the in the little whatchamacallit, the sheep pen down on the lower farm. So that's exactly what we are going to do right now. I mean, I was going to end the episode, but I didn't record about 30 minutes worth of work there. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to grab a couple of these bales. We're going to run them around to the sheep pens. We're going to make sure the sheep are nice and fed. And then as soon as we're done that, whoa, oh my God, look out. Whoa, we lost a bale. Okay. See, this is the kind of day we're having right here. We pause the recording, we forget to turn it back on, we do a bunch of work, have a lot of funny commentary. I mean, look, this is life. Farming Simulator, a perfect emulation of life. I mean, you're going to face adversity and you got to know how to deal with it. All right, there we go. That sheep bale got sucked up real quick. So we are going to run around. We're going to pick up these bales. We're going to transport them around to the sheep. Yeah, I mean, look, we're already pretty far into this episode. I tell you what, I'm just going to time lapse it, and we will come back when all is said and done. Picked up all of the bales, we put them in the sheep pens. All of the sheep pens are full. Our goats, they're full of grass as well, so the sheep are happy. They're producing wool. Speaking of wool, we ran around, we collected a little bit of wool that was out there, took it to the spinnery. Spinnery is chugging right along. I tell you what, I think it's got a lot of wool in it. I mean, not a lot, but I think it's got like 6,000 liters of wool sitting in there. So we've got a really good production chain that's going. I can't wait to get enough product to get to that Tailor Shop. That is a main goal of this series. 2 pallets of lettuce here. We're actually just going to use the auto load trailer, and we're just going to fill up these 2 pallets of lettuce here, and we're going to take them to the farmers market and just sell them. It's going to be, I don't know, let's just say around $6,000, something like that. We'll put that in the bank account, hopefully get us over $240,000, and that is going to put us in prime position to set up for next month in July, when we can buy our harvester and harvest our oat. The question is, are we going to have anywhere to put our oat if we can't sell it for a good price? All right, there we go. $5,785. Our bank account now $241,000, and we still have some boxes in the back of the trailer, although we don't have anything in there, and that is completely fine. I mean, look, if that's what Farming Simulator wants to do, that's what it wants to do. Oh, we did forget one bale right here. Look at it, it's just sitting there. Let's go ahead and pick this thing up. we'll take it over and we will drop it into the sheep pen where all of the other bales. We had about 5 extra bales, so we're actually sitting in a pretty good spot to feed these sheep for the next few months. So I tell you what, we are going to park our little trailer. I don't know where we're going to park it. Let's just park it over here. All right, there we go. Trailer is parked. Look at that. Nice little parking pad for some of our things. And whoa, whoa, look out. Okay, that's the second time. We're throwing these bales around willy-nilly. I tell you what, the people of Riverbend Springs, they think we're crazy. I think one guy petitioned to have our tractor license taken from us because we can't drive, but that's fine. Look, we paid off the mayor. Nobody's coming after us. So let's go ahead and put this bale in there, and that is it. That's all we need to do for the month, or for the first day in June. Our grass is ready to harvest, but we are going to wait until July to do that. So coming up in July, boy, we're going to have a lot to do. We're going to have a field to harvest of oat. We're going to have all of our grass to cut, bale up, and wrap for silage. I don't know, we might end up buying a silo to put the oats in. We'll have to check on the price of oat, but I tell you what, the series is absolutely rocking right along here. And we are going to park our tractor here because that is all that we need to do for this episode. So let's turn off the tractor, let's get inside. And you know what? We don't really have anything to do. I mean, we should wash off our mowers, but honestly, they're not that dirty. So we're going to sleep. Let's sleep until the second day of June, and in the next episode, we will come back. It will be the second day of June, and we will proceed with our plan of making a lot of money. We'll check the contracts, we'll check the new the vehicles in the used section. We'll do all the fun things that we have to do here on the farm. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Hit that bell notification so you're notified of all the content coming out. And don't forget, hit that like button. Even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And leave your comments down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. But the most important thing that I want to say is thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are gonna see you right back here in the next video.